Welcome. Happy Monday, Labor Day. Excited you're here. Let's start in child's pose. Knees can be wide to start, and let your chest start to drop down between those legs, between your thighs. Reach your arms out ahead of you, pressing into your hands to push the hips towards your heels a bit. Take a full breath in, and then open mouth exhale. And just right away start to lengthen the breath. Maybe start to count how many seconds it takes to fill up. Engage your navel and your belly. Pull your navel into the low back as you exhale. And keep pressing into your widely spread fingers as you're exhaling to keep those hips pressing down, feeling length in the back body. You can kind of dip your right shoulder towards the floor and then the left, so you feel a little opening around the armpits into the side of the body. If it feels good to do an open mouth exhale, feel free to do that, right? Hearing your own breath helps you to really internalize your awareness. And so we're trying to focus on ourselves here, observe what's going on in our bodies and how we can make ourselves feel better. And so let's just take one more full breath here. Fill up all the way to your capacity and hold it in for a moment. Stretch the ribs, sip up more. Open mouth exhale. And then we'll lift the head as you inhale. Look at your hands. Walk them over to the left side to stretch the right side body. Starting to push into both hands. Shoulders are parallel to the floor. Push into the hands to feel the hip press towards your heel, the right hip. Push into that heel. Drop and dip that right shoulder down a little bit. Breathing. A couple more breaths into this whole right side. Let your head be heavy to relax your neck. Feel your jaw relax here. So among the effort of really pressing into the side bend, you're finding ease. Another full breath here. Right into that right side. And then squeeze your belly in with the exhale. Inhale, lift the head. Look at the hands, walk them to the center, cruise to the right side. Pushing into the hands evenly, feeling the shoulders being parallel to the floor. Left hip towards that heel, full inhale here. Engage the belly, exhaling. Even feeling that left shoulder dipping down a little bit more. As much as it's rooting, you're feeling that dip. Big breath, big stretch. Good, and then let's lift the head as you inhale, walk back to the center. And then lift up just a bit to bring your knees towards each other. Push back towards your heels, hips to heels. And then rest your head again. So notice how this feels a little different, compressing more in the organs. And then we'll side bend here. So look at the hands, walk them over to the left side. Come a little bit further than you were before and start to push into your right hand to feel your hip push past your right heel now. Almost like you're ready to roll over to that right side, right? But your hands are stuck, pressing into the earth. Head is heavy, neck is relaxed. Another deep breath here. Squeeze your belly in, exhaling. Inhale, look at the hands, walk to center, and then over to the right. So a lot of side bending here. Allow yourself to get heavy past that left heel as you press into your hands. Nice deep breath into that left side now. Squeezing belly in, navel to low back. And then another one. Good. And then lift the head. Look at those hands. Rest the head once more here. Get heavy. Relax your arms and slide your hands by your feet. Relax your shoulders here, just rounding them after a lot of opening. Rock your forehead side to side. Feel a little sway in your body, left or right. Relax your face more. Good. Arms coming forward again. Lift up tabletop position. And then coming into our cat and cow pose, transitioning with our breath. So inhaling cow pose, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, cat pose, round the spine, tuck the tailbone, chin to chest. And then keep going at your own pace here. Internalize your awareness, maybe allowing your eyes to close. Softening your eyelids, your cheeks and jaw. Hear the flow of your breath, maybe as you breathe in and out of your nose. And you contract a little bit at the back of the throat to engage Ujjayi breath, ocean breath. Letting your elbows bend a little bit in your cow pose to help you peel the shoulders back more, opening the chest. Push into your feet, maybe you even curl your toes in your cat pose, helping you to feel a little bit more round in the upper back. And then add some side bending, squeezing hip to shoulder to left hip, right to right, maybe looking in that direction as well, feeling a little stretch through the neck. Good. And then we'll come into extended puppy pose. So keep your hips right on top of those knees and then start to tilt your tailbone up to the ceiling. Feel the belly and chest start to drop. Walk your hands forward, fingers wide, forearms and elbows off the floor. So press into your hands. Maybe you tent your fingers, or you tent your hands, and then meet your forehead to the floor. Feel your chest start to really drop down, right? And your hips are lifting higher, right? Not even lifting, you feel that tailbone arching up. Belly is opening, chest is opening. If you feel like there's room to go, plant your palms down, lift your head, look forward, and then allow your forearms and elbows to drop down and see if you can bring your chin to the floor here too. Opening our heart, melting our heart to the floor, extended puppy pose, big back bend. Couple more breaths here. Notice what a deep breath feels like. Replace your forehead to the floor and then slide your hands under your shoulders. Keep your forehead on the floor here. Try to bring your elbows in to touch your side body and then press into your hands to lift up, tabletop. Walk your hands forward ahead of your shoulders here. And shift your body weight forward, engaging your core. Inner creases of your elbows point forward. So then you bend the elbows, keep your core tight, and then tap your nose to the floor, yogi push-up. Exhale, come up. Inhale, come down, or inhale down, exhale up, or whatever breath works for you, right? Keep your tummy tight, pull those ribs in, navel into your lower back, strong in your core, elbows hug into your ribs. Notice if your elbows are flaring out here, you're kind of dipping forward here, just tapping the nose, your hips shift forward, the elbows squeeze into your ribs, you tap the nose and come back up. In 2, and for 1. If you hear scratching in the background, that's bear digging in a box. Relax your head now, push your hips towards your heels, press into your hands, feel a nice stretch through the side body, relax. Move the shoulders, dipping left and right, and then come up again, tabletop, untuck your toes. Plant your left hand, inhale your right arm up to the ceiling, and then exhale, thread the needle. Right arm through the left wrist and knee. Drop your right shoulder in the center of the mat, and again, feel your hips right on top of your knees. So maybe you keep your shoulder where you are and just step your knees back a little bit. Tops of the feet are on the floor. Start to press through the outer edge of your right arm. All those fingernails are pressing into the floor as well. The right hand is wide. And then so we're twisting here. Start to bring that left hand closer to your face. Elbow is lifting and you're feeling the left shoulder lifting up. Maybe you even rotate your gaze to look to the ceiling. Use your belly to breathe here. And as you exhale, feel the left side of your waist engage to help you root more body weight onto that left knee rather than all of the weight going over to the right. Couple more breaths. Good, soften the face and the gaze. And then replant your palm on the left hand on the floor. Press into it and reach the right arm up to the ceiling again. Good. Exhale, release that right hand down. Inhale, left arm up. Big breath. Exhale, thread it through. Drop the left shoulder to the center of the mat. Adjust so that those hips feel like they're right on top of your knees. Rest your head. And then start pressing into the back of that left arm. Really rooting. Opening up your chest towards the right. Feeling the right hand pressing into the floor. Elbows up. Shoulders opening. Deeper breath into the belly. And engaging the right side waist, right, as you exhale, to feel the weight shift over to that right knee. We're going to revisit this pose later and end up maybe potentially binding as well as lifting a leg. So just know that we're going to increase and not increase, but advance, if you will. All right, now press into the right hand, lift the left arm all the way back up, extending, and then exhale, release. Left hand to the floor, right leg steps back. Find your wrists underneath your shoulders, fingers wide, externally rotating your shoulders. So you almost feel like you could drop the belly and come into cow pose here. And in fact, do that so that you can observe the difference of when you start to push into your hands, engage your belly, pulling your ribs up away from the floor, and then feel that heel reach back, nice and strong. Press back to feel a stretch through that calf. And then inhale that leg up. Point your toes away from you. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Rounding the spine. Inhale, extend the leg back, but lift the foot as high as you can. Engaging your right hamstring and glute, and then let your belly drop, arch the back so your shoulders roll back, look up like a cow, right? Take an inhale here. Exhale, round the spine. Knee to your nose. Inhale, leg goes back and it lifts up. If you want to bend the knee, like the toes are pointing to the ceiling. Exhale, knee to your nose. One more time, inhale, reach it back. Use that right glute, engage it. Exhale, knee to your nose. Inhale, right leg back to a straight leg, and then knee to the floor. Left leg goes back, toes down. Push that heel back. Feel the belly drop down, roll the shoulders back. Inner creases of your elbows forward, bending knee bones a bit. Right, feel the arch in the back. And then push into your hands, engage your core, feeling your spine go flat to the ceiling. Lift the left leg, point your toes away from you. Right away, let's lift the leg. Lift it, lift it, lift it, lift it, lift it. Feel the glute and that hamstring do the work. Take a breath. Exhale, knee to your nose. Inhale it back and up, up, up. Exhale, knee to nose. One more time. Inhale it back, roll the shoulders back, look up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, straight leg. And tabletop, exhale. Curl your toes, come to sit on your heels. Take out your hands. Shake, shake, shake. Good. Let's bring the arms forward, palms down. Bring your thumbs into the palms and then fingers wrap around. Circle your wrists. Big circle. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Relax the shoulders. Another big breath. And then go in the other direction. Good. Couple breaths here. Roll the shoulders on your back, broaden the chest. Lengthen up through the crown of the head. Core is tight. Good. And then release your arms. Find your downward facing dog when you're ready. So maybe untuck your toes, tap those feet, and then lift the hands, lift the knees and hips. Press your chest to the thighs and start moving. Bend your right knee, drop your left heel to the floor. And then switch, left knee bends, right heel drops. And your breath. Feel your neck get long. And then move however you want to now, right? Maybe feeling your hips tilt a little left and a little right. Observing a nice little side body, side hip stretch. Pressing your chest towards your thighs or keeping your core tight. Feel your upper thighs press back to feel the legs stretch a little more. Take a deep breath here. And an open mouth exhale. Inhale deeply to bend your knees and look forward. Begin to exhale, make your way to the front of the mat, walking or stepping your feet. Inhale there, lift halfway. Roll the shoulders on your back and extend your spine out long. Exhale, fold forward. Roll up to standing this time. Just taking your time to start. Stack the spine, circle the arms up with a breath. Palms to your heart center, exhale. Take one deep breath in and release your hands. Circle them out and up. Squeeze your shoulder blades behind you. Palms face each other above the head. And then open the arms out wide, fold forward. Bending your knees, let your hands meet the floor. So bend the knees enough to get them there. Inhale, extend in a half forward fold. Exhale, plant your hands, step both feet back, plank pose. Moving to our first sun salutation. Inhale, shift your body weight forward. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. So knees drop, tailbone tips back and up. Chest drops between your thumbs, chin meets the floor. Untuck your toes, inhale, slide forward into easy cobra. Exhale, lower forehead to the floor. Curl your toes, inhale back to your knees, hips back. Exhale, downward facing dog. One deep breath in, sigh it out. Inhale, bend the knees. Begin to exhale so you're empty as you step forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. This time, arms extend up by your hips, and those fingertips pull your torso up, flat back, flip the palms up to meet at the top. Exhale, hands to your heart. One deep breath in. Exhale, release your hands. Inhale, circle them out and up, squeezing your shoulder blades. Allow a little back bend to occur. Exhale, fold forward. Engaging your core along the way. Nice flat back. Head heavy as you get down there. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, leading with the opposite foot, plank pose. Then we'll do half chaturanga. Inhale, shift up forward. Exhale, knees down, engage your core, elbows squeeze in like our yogi push-up, but you lower all the way to the belly. Inhale, cobra pose. Pressing those hands back, lifting your heart up. Exhale, lower about halfway, curl your toes. Push into your hands to lift your hips back to your knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. One deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Let's do 2 more breaths. And then on this inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, arms extend, lift the torso, rise to stand. Exhale, hands to your heart. One big breath in. And release your hands. Stay here. Take another breath. Exhale. And then let's interlace our hands behind our back. If your shoulders are feeling tight today, grab your strap, okay? Just separate your hands. Squeeze those shoulder blades behind you, circling those shoulder heads behind you as well, opening up into the chest. Separate your feet a little wider. Bend your knees, arch your back so your tailbone goes back, lift your heart, look up, big inhale. Exhale, fold forward, bending your knees along the way. Belly touches your thighs and melts between those legs. Relax your head. Start moving a little, swaying, if you will, side to side. Dipping your shoulder towards your knee and then the other knee. Feeling the other shoulder lifting. Right, so as you dip your right shoulder towards your right knee, feel the left shoulder lift. You open up your chest towards the left or right. Good, another one. And then rest, heavy head, bend your elbows, bring your clasped hands to the low back. Release your hands down the legs to your heels. Inhale, lift halfway up, extending the spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step both legs back, plank pose. This time a full chaturanga, so go slow with me. Keep your core tight, legs are tight. Shift your body weight forward as you inhale. Exhale, lower for 5, 4, belly is in, legs are tight. 2, 1, to the belly. Untuck your toes. Inhale, cobra pose. Squeeze your shoulders behind you and down. Press into the tops of your feet. Engage your thighs. Lift. Upward facing dog. Exhale, lower all the way back down. Curl your toes. Push back up to your knees. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath here. Exhale it out. Couple more. Nice long neck, looking at your knees, your upper thighs, maybe even looking a little right and left. And then we'll inhale to bend the knees deeply. Exhale to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Reach those arms up. Inhale to rise. Back bending, hands to your heart. Exhale. Take a deep breath. Release your hands, pause here, one more breath. Awesome. Let's keep our hands by our side, palms facing your body. Bend your knees, bring your weight right into your heels. Squeeze. If you have your toes together, squeeze your knees together. If your feet are hip distance, just act like there's a block between your legs. And in fact, Dad, I know that you guys have blocks over there, so you could bring a block between your thighs. If you have a block at home, Ashley, do this. If not, toes together, knees squeezing. So with a block, you want to go on the skinny side, right? Not the wider side, right? The skinny long side goes right in between those upper thighs, up above the knees, and then we squeeze. You have blocks there if you want. Toes pointing forward, right? Our hands are by our side, weight goes in our heels, squeezing that block, or your knees together. Tap your middle fingers on the floor, so get low. And then squeeze your outer hips towards each other behind you, engaging that low back. Engage your belly and reach your arms forward. Squeeze those thighs. Deep breath here. Roll the shoulders on your back. Palms may be facing up. Good. Squeeze that belly in as you exhale. For 5 more breaths here. Building a little heat, building a little energy. Observing how this posture makes you feel. Do you feel strong? Do you feel frustrated? Do you feel ready to give up? Right, find strength deep inside, right at your solar plexus. Good, another one. And then inhale all the way to standing. Good. Squeeze that block. Lift your arms up. Open up the front body. Squeeze your glutes back then. Inhale back to center. Chair pose right where you just were. Arms parallel to the floor. Squeezing, squeezing. Full breath in. Exhale here. Another big breath. And then fold forward. Exhale all the way down. Let's release that block. Release the non-block. Relax your head. Shake it out. Shake it out. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands. Step both legs back, plank pose. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower chaturanga for 5. You can always do something else. Half chaturanga or knee flexion. And 1, meeting on the belly. Inhale, easy cobra, cobra, or your up dog. Exhale, lower. Stay here. Elbows open wide. Stack your palms. Rest your forehead. Take 3 deep breaths right into the lower back. And as you exhale, just get heavy against your front body. 2 more. And then hands under your shoulders. Press back to your knees. Curl your toes. Curl toe child's pose. Rest for a moment here. Take a breath. Inhale, lift up, downward facing dog. Coming up and back. Walk your hands a little bit towards your feet, shortening your stance here in down dog, feeling like a short down dog, right? So you're still in, there's still a good amount of distance, maybe 3 feet versus like 4.5 or 5 feet between your hands and toes. Now press into your right hand, reach your left hand for the outer left or outer right shin. Hook there, and then bend your left elbow and start pulling like your torso is trying to pull towards that leg, and press into your right hand when you're twisting. Look under your right armpit, maybe rotating your gaze. So just past that upper arm, take a deep breath, squeeze your belly in. Another big breath, squeeze the belly in. 1 more. And then release. Left hand down, right hand reaches for the left outer leg, outer shin. Feel the left shoulder rolling out here, so it's easy to shrug that shoulder up. Keep that left shoulder engaged. Hooking the left leg, bend your right elbow and start pulling your chest like you're trying to pull it underneath that left side towards that left leg. Full inhale, navel and exhale. 2 more. Last one. Release, right hand down, walk back, plank pose. Inhale, shift forward, exhale, chaturanga for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This time, locust pose. Untuck your toes, hands by your hips, rest your forehead. 1 deep breath in, exhale and out. Inhale, lift your head and heart, lift your arms and legs. Reach those ankles and toes to touch. Roll the shoulders on your back. Feel like I'm pulling your hands behind you. Gaze down. Neck is long. Take a breath. Exhale it out. Another one, lift higher. Exhale here. Last one, lift even more. And then rest very slowly, mindfully. Left cheek on the mat and relax. Take a breath. Hands under your shoulders. Now I'm going to challenge you from our belly to plank pose. So curl your toes, squeeze those elbows in and roll your shoulders back like you're putting them in your back pocket. Love that analogy. Lift your kneecaps by engaging your thighs. Then start to peel your upper thighs off the floor, and then your pelvis, and then your lower belly. And then press into your hands to plank. Bend your knees, downward facing dog. Awesome job. Deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, right leg comes up. 3-legged dog, we made it. Bend that right knee, lift that knee high. Stack your right hip on top of the left. Take a big breath. Point your right toes, inhale to straighten the leg. Exhale, bring that knee to your nose. Round your upper back, so push out of that left foot. Bring your weight forward, look between your hands, and then meet your right foot down on the mat. Drop the left knee. Untuck those left toes. Hang out here, take a breath, pull your heart forward. Exhale, sink your hips down, down, down. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. Find more space in the upper body. Exhale, just sink into your hips. 1 more. Good. Then hips go back. You can curl your left toes if you want to, giving a little nice stretch for the bottom of that foot there, but you don't have to. And in fact, keep bringing your weight back, 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 so that your right ankle slides back towards you when you come to sit down, maybe on the inside of your left heel, on that left heel, or on the curled toes on the heel. Nice, deep breath in, lift your heart, and then exhale. Can you fold forward? Right? You don't have to go far. We're increasing the stretch through the back of the right leg, big stretch on the bottom of your left foot or ankle. And then if you're on the inside of your left foot, it's gonna feel more on your knee. So just be mindful there. Start to really walk those hands forward. See if your heart can drop down a little more. Another breath. Good. And then walk your hands back to stack under your shoulders, helping to support you to push up, rebending your right knee right away. Lift or curl the left toes, lift that left knee, and swivel that heel to the floor. Then walk both of your hands on the inside of your right foot and rotate your right toes to the same direction your left toes are pointing. Start pointing your left toes out towards the back edge of the mat and sink into your right knee. So we're coming into a side lunge. With your right knee bent, you're sinking on this right side, your left leg is long, and your left toes are up. Hands are kind of in between your legs. Press into your hands, engage your core. See if you can bring your right hand to your leg, right leg, left hand to that leg, maybe hands to your heart, finding a sense of balance. All right, we're gonna flow a little bit here. But first, just take a breath. Engage the belly with the exhale. Another breath. Hands down. Press into your hands, drop the left foot at the same time, pointing your toes to this long edge. Move your hips over to that left, bend the left knee, and rotate on the right heel, lifting your right toes up. Now we're side lunging on the other side, right? Take a breath, get a sense of how this feels, stretching that right side. And then maybe your left hand to your leg, maybe right hand to the leg, maybe hands to your heart. Lifting your heart up on top of the pelvis as much as you can. Nice full round of breath. Find something to stare at that's not moving. Engaging your navel as you exhale to keep the spine extending. Good, another one. And then hands down. Okay, now we're gonna go from side to side. So press into your feet, rotate your right toes to this long edge, switch sides, sink down. Press into your right foot, rotate over, coming to the left, and sink down. Press and lift the hips, rotate, sink to the right. Press, lift the hips, rotate, sink to the left. Now pause here. Can you do this without using your hands? Hands at your heart center. Push into that left foot. Stay low with your hips, drop that right foot, rotate the left toes up, sink into the right. Push into your feet, rotating at the same time, and come up and over to the left. Press and lift and come over. Big strengthening in our legs. Press and lift, come to the left. Press and lift, come over to the right. We're almost done. Press and lift and over to the left. Woo! Okay, hands down, one big breath in. Walk your hands forward, past the edge of your mat. Sinking your torso down, go only as far as to feel a gentle stretch in your right leg. Relax your head more. Last one. Good, walk your hands back towards your body. Push, use your hands. Rotate now, sink into the right side because we're gonna fold here. Big inhale, legs in the spine. Exhale, walk forward. Resting your torso down, down, down. Rest your head down and breathe. To your capacity, 2 more. Walk those hands back towards the knee. We're gonna rotate those left toes down, walking your hands back to the front of the mat. Lift your hips, rotate now into like a high lunge type of stance and come back to your downward facing dog. Walk it out, notice how you feel in the hips, and the legs, the inner thighs. And then right away, left leg comes up. Bend the knee, lift that left hip up on top of the right. Take one deep breath. Point the left toes, inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, knee to your nose, engaging your core. Push out of that right foot, bring your weight forward, round the back. Look between your hands, left foot lands between your hands, right knee meets the floor. Untuck the toes, push, or no, don't push. Sink into your hips. Inhale, lengthen that heart up, almost lifting to your tippy fingers, your fingertips. Lifting the heart, exhale, sink into your hips. Trust. Another one, big breath. And then our hips go back. Coming into a Hanumanasana, half splits, right? You have options. You can curl the right toes, come to sit back on that heel, extending your left leg. You can keep these right toes untucked and sit on your heel, big stretch on that ankle, or come to the inner side of that foot with your foot right on the outside. Move your hips back and up. Have a seat. Take a breath, lift your spine. And then exhale, can you walk your hands forward? Mounting your torso a little bit further forward. Good, take your time. Maybe reaching those arms with the elbows up or letting your elbows rest towards the floor to keep those shoulders heavy. Okay. Walk your hands back towards you. Press into your hands to lift back up, re-bending into this knee. Good. Curl the right toes, lift that knee. Step back, downward facing dog. We're not going to do that side lunging flow again, don't worry. Take a breath here. Roll forward to your plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Untuck the toes, shoulders on the back. Inhale, your back bend, easy cobra, cobra, or up dog. Exhale, lowering, finding your downward facing dog. And we'll meet there. Take a deep breath. Sigh it out. Another one. Inhale, right leg up. Bend the knee, open the hips. Right away, inhale, straighten the leg, point the toes. Exhale, knee to your nose, round the back. Plant your foot down. Now high lunge. Keep that left knee lifted. Sink your hips, bending that right knee, but then feel like your feet are sliding towards the center of the mat, right? But they're not. They're stuck. They're stuck in this high lunge position, but you're pulling all of that energy into your inner thighs, lifting your torso all the way up, arms up too. Relax your shoulders. Engage the front body. Pull those ribs in. Let's release our hands down and interlace behind the back. Clasp your hands. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Good. Lift your hands away from your lower back now. Allow your back to arch, your front body to open. So lift your heart, look up even. Keep that left leg active. Now lift your hands a little higher. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, engage your core and come to a straight spine. Keep your spine straight here. Keep your hands lifted as high away from your lower back as you can, and then release your clasp, but keep your arms there. Palms facing each other. Lift those arms. Keep your core tight. Squeeze those front ribs in. Lift higher. Use your triceps. Another big breath. Stay here with your arms. Flip the palms out and circle them up slowly, slowly, slowly. Hands to your heart center. Good. Bend that back knee. Bring that foot forward. Balance on your right leg. Good. Circle the left ankle. Get a sense of balance. Take a breath. Awesome. Left hand reaches for your left ankle. Grab that ankle, bring it up high, up that upper right thigh. Pushing your foot into the thigh, push the thigh back into the foot. And then lengthen your tailbone low. Feel the front belly lifting, core ribs are tucking in. Palms to your heart center. Now you start to feel this left knee opening out to the left, but naturally with that pull, your hips are gonna face that direction too. Can you feel the left side of your abdomen pull towards your right side of your abdomen? Simultaneously, the left knee is opening out as you're constantly trying to face your chest parallel to whatever's in front of you. Arms can extend up to grow your tree. Relaxing your shoulders, palms can stay connected or extend out as wide as you want. Steady your breath. Maybe smile. And then just slowly lower the left arm, landing the back of your hand on that thigh. Big inhale. Exhale, side bend to the left. Reaching the right arm over, swaying your tree pose. If you want to bring the back of your hand to the inner knee and press there to open up your chest more, do that. Roll the shoulders on your back. Steady the breath. Just a few more. Keep reaching. Every inhale, expand that right side more. Exhale, reach a little further. With your next inhale, come up, straight spine, both arms lift up. Take your time here. Palms to your heart center. Just that left knee comes forward. Release the foot from your thigh. Stay here. Inhale the left leg to go long. Exhale, bend that left knee. Push that left leg back. Take a nice full breath in. Hold it here. One more inhale. Bend your right knee so slowly. You're keeping that left leg lifted though, but keep lowering your torso, bending into that right knee even more than your left toes land back. And then the knee drops to the floor. Good. Push into your right foot, push into those back toes and lift. Arms come up. Bend the left elbow. Grab that elbow with your right hand. Big inhale here. Exhale, side bend. Tilt over to the right side. Full inhale. Full exhale. Last one. Push that right shoulder forward. Good. And then inhale, straight spine and arms. Exhale, fold forward. Stay here. Okay. We're going to bend that left knee, pointing your toes up here. Now we're going to come into this a little differently than we have in the past. I would love for you to come up, pushing your right elbow into your thigh and reach your left arm back for that foot. So this is where a blanket underneath your knee or a strap on your foot comes in handy. Now with this grab, naturally our chest is opening to this left side. I want you to bring your left shoulder parallel, forward, forward, left shoulder forward. Good. Take a breath. Sink your hips forward, taking the weight off of that kneecap. Can you drop your right hand now to the outer edge of that right foot? Can you pull that left shoulder forward even more, sinking your chest forward, sinking your hips forward? Breathing here. 2 more. 1 more. Exhale, very slowly, release that left foot, control the release, curl the toes, lift that left knee, step back, downward facing dog. Woo, beautiful work, take a breath, sigh it out. Inhale to plank pose, exhale chaturanga for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale cobra or your up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath here. Sigh it out. Left leg up right away. Bend the knee, open up that hip. Take a full breath. And then inhale, point the left toes, straighten the leg. Exhale, knee to your nose, rounding your spine, pushing out of that right foot. Step the left foot between your hands, high lunge. Find this position, right? Feeling those feet trying to pull towards each other in the center of your mat to engage your inner thighs. Inhale, lift the torso, high lunge. Sink into the posture. Nice deep breath. Good. And then from here, release your hands, interlace behind your back. Opposite clasp, squeeze those shoulder blades, peel your hands away from your lower back, lifting and broadening your chest. Engage your core. Now open up into a back bend. Arch the upper back, looking up, feeling the heart lift up to the ceiling. Lift your hands higher away from your lower back here. Keep squeezing your shoulder blades together. Slowly release your clasp. Engage your core, pull the ribs in. Keeping your spine straight now, gaze forward. Pull those ribs in, straight spine, good. Lift your hands higher, palms face each other. Engage the core, flip the palms away from you. Squeeze your shoulder blades, circle the arms slowly up, all the way. And then palms to your heart center. Bend that back knee. Push out of that foot, bring that leg forward to float, standing on your left leg. Circle the right ankle. Take a breath. Right hand reaches for the right ankle. We grab it, we pull it high up that left thigh, pushing into the thigh, thigh presses back. And then hands we meet at the heart. Constantly evaluating our center of gravity, really unconsciously. Feel the right knee open out towards the right, but feel the left hip hold back to the left. So you're constantly trying to keep your hips parallel, but you're externally rotating your thigh, your hip. You can grow the tree, arms extending up, opening, releasing, steady the breath. Right hand can come down. Now back of the hand on the inner thigh or knee. Pressing there, feeling that knee opening, opening up your chest. Take a breath, reaching up to the left. Exhale, tilt to the right side. Sway your tree. Reach the left arm over to the right hand side. Big breath into the left rib. Engage your belly here as you exhale, lean. Couple more. Shoulders rolling on the back, head pulls back slightly. One more here. Inhale, both arms up. Palms meet to your heart. Take your time. Release this right knee forward. Inhale, extend that leg long. Exhale, bend that knee, push it back behind you. Extend that leg long behind you. Torso drops, warrior three. Take a breath. Engage your belly. Another breath. Then we slowly just bend that left knee, lowering, right? And then we slowly lower the right toes back and drop the knee. Good, keep those right toes curled. Inhale, arms up. Open, or bend the right elbow, grab that elbow with your left hand. Inhale the arm up. Exhale, tilt to the left side. Full breath here. Another one. And then inhale, arms up, straight spine. From here, left hand can come to your side. Let's transition differently. Lean your body weight forward, reach that right arm forward and start bending your right knee. Toes pointing up to the ceiling behind you. And then reach your right arm back for the foot. Grabbing the outer edge of the foot. Inhale, lift the spine. Exhale, right shoulder comes forward. Good, trying to find your chest parallel here. Careful Charlie horses and that hammy. Breathe. And see maybe if you can lower your left hand to the outer left foot. Constantly trying to bring your right shoulder forward. See if you could even bend your right elbow. A few more. Huge stretch on our thigh, quad, hip flexors. Good, last breath. Slowly, mindfully, gently release the foot. Right hand down, curl the right toes. Push, lift, step your left leg back. Downward facing dog. Take a breath. Sigh it out. Roll forward to your plank. Exhale, chaturanga for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, cobra or your up dog. Exhale, lower. Elbows wide, stack your palms, rest your forehead. Take a deep breath into the lower back and relax. Couple more here. Hands under your shoulders, push back to your knees, child's pose. Knees can open wide or they can stay closer together, whatever you feel comfortable with. Rest your forehead here. And relax. Take a deep breath. Can you relax more as you exhale? All right, from here, let's lift up to tabletop. And we're going to transition into pigeon pose. So if you want a blanket underneath your hips, really, underneath your thigh and hips, invite it in, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna bring one in. So you can just roll up a blanket. It doesn't have to be super high, but what we're gonna do is bring the right leg forward first. So tilt this blanket so that it's at an angle with the top part higher on the right side, if that makes sense. And then bring it towards the middle of the mat because our arms are gonna come forward, and we'll go from tabletop here. Bring your right knee towards your right wrist, and then inch this right ankle over towards the left side and in front of the blanket. So now that you land your left hip kind of on the blanket, tilt your left hip down to land and rest on this blanket. So the upper thigh, front thigh is there. And then your right knee is really out towards the right side versus being right ahead and in front of your hip, okay? Inhale, lift your heart, walk your hands closer towards your body. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, bend the elbows and start seeing if you can drop your torso, mounting down. Now, if you have a block is a great option to bring in front of you to rest your forehead on. Another option for your block is to actually bring it right at the center of your chest, almost on a tilt. You can see that. So that you rest that short or the flat edge right on your chest, and it kind of catches your torso so that you don't go too far. Then you can stack your fist and rest your forehead there. So just observe what you need, and we'll stay here for about 60 seconds. That's it. And slowly bringing your awareness back now, and take a nice full breath in. And just sigh it out. And then we'll slowly start by just lifting your head, bring your hands under your shoulders, press into your hands to lift your torso. And then we're gonna just scoot the block or anything out that you have there. Curl the left toes, press into your hands, and just slide that right leg back. Knee down, left knee down. Then change the direction of your blanket. Go ahead, and if you want to, you can kind of come into like a low down dog or kind of like a plank. Just lift that right knee, slide your left knee towards that left wrist, even towards the outer edge of the wrist. And then drop that right hip down so the thigh meets the blanket. Untuck your right toes, press into your hands, lift your heart. Exhale, lean into it, lean forward, walk your hands forward, rest your elbows down, and take your time in this posture. Digging deep into your hips. We want to feel that right hip get heavy. It's easy to just kind of stay collapsed on that left hip. We want to feel, maybe using your mind's eye, that the sacrum, the triangle bone in the bottom of your spine, is parallel towards the ceiling. Even neutral pelvis. And then can you feel any sense of letting go deep inside of your hip? This is a great posture to really dive into kind of an emotional state. If there's any frustrations or things that have been bugging you or making you a little edgy, just allow yourself to relax in this posture and let those things go. Right, feeling that tension, that tightness, the angst that got stuck inside, just start to dissolve out. Being able to just be a little bit more soft, if you will. A little bit more gentle, a little bit more kind. Not only with external interactions, but with ourselves. Take one nice deep breath here. And then we'll transition out. So planting your hands down, scoot that block or anything out that might be there. And then we're going to come into our last down dog. So curling your right toes with the knee, left leg steps back. If you'd like to flow, go for it, but I'm not necessarily going to cue it. And if you want a little extra, last little wash, go for it. Otherwise, just take a couple more breaths in your downward facing dog, extending the spine, adjusting to find really long length in that back body. Let's do one more breath here. And sigh it out. Look forward at your hands, come into a low squat. Feet towards your outer wrist, toes pointing out, drop your hips, sinking down, lift your torso, roll the shoulders on your back, take a nice deep breath. Exhale, sink into it. Getting all the stale air out from inside. A nice compression in our organs here, also in our ribs. So really engage your belly, push all of that air out. Feeling your ribs engage, pressing against those lungs. One more full breath here. Hands down behind you. Come to sit on your hips, on your seat, and then feet together. Scoot your hips back one at a time. Hands on your shins, lift your spine tall. Take a deep breath. Exhale, elbows open wide, pressing into your knees, tilt forward. Leaning forward, rest your head heavy here. Then maybe you want to feel the outer edges of your feet push down to feel your hips feel like they're sliding back. And then some spaciousness in the lower back there. As you're inhaling, feel the spine grow longer out of the hips. So it's almost like your heart's pulling forward and out through the crown of the head as well. Navel tugging in as you exhale, helping you to lower a little more. And then we'll inhale back up. Bring the knees back together and let your legs go long. Scoot your hips back, but have enough room to lay behind you. Inhale the arms all the way up, big breath. Toes up too, exhale, forward fold. Rest your hands wherever. Scoot your hips back one at a time, and then lengthen the spine. Full breath, lifting your heart to the toes. Exhale and lower. Elbows opening a little wider, start to rest your head heavy. A few full breaths into the back and side body, getting as much stale air out as you can as you're in full compression here. Can you relax your jaw on your face? And then walk your hands by your hips, pushing up, lifting your spine. Reach the arms forward and then roll down one vertebrae at a time. Take your time. We're going to do a little core, so pause right before your shoulder blades meet the floor. Lift both legs up, point your toes away from you, and then lift your torso a little. Roll the shoulders on your back. Lift one leg, lift the other leg, crisscross, or not crisscross, but up, down, like you're kicking, like you're swimming. Go faster and faster and faster and faster. Roll the shoulders back, lift your heart more, shoulders on the back. Engage the belly. Keep kicking. Go faster, go faster, go faster. Now pause. Lift the right leg higher than the left and crisscross it over the left, and then switch and switch and switch. Keep going. Two more. Whoa, it's super windy outside right now. Another big breath. And pause. Inhale here. Exhale, lower. All the way down. Woo! Take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. Let's twist. Right knee comes in, left hand takes it. Roll over to the left side. Right arm goes out to a T. Big inhale into the ribs. Exhale, relax into this twist. Couple more here. Your gaze can go to the right, but just soften into the neck as well. Can you relax a little more the last couple breaths? And then roll on your back, switch legs at the same time. Right leg comes in, or left leg comes in, right hand takes it, roll over to your right, left arm out to a T. Full inhale into the ribs. Exhale, let it all go. Couple more. And then we'll roll on the back, bringing both knees in to your chest. Just rock a little side to side. Feel free to do a half straddle or happy baby here. Right, separating your knees apart, staying there, or lifting the bottom half of your legs and holding your peace fingers on your big toes, tailbone to the earth, low back to the earth, that navel pushing to that low back. Full inhale, full exhale. And then knees in, give yourself a big hug. Wrap around, nose up to your knees, squeeze, take a deep breath here. And exhale for your Shavasana. Bringing in any props that you want to. If you want that blanket under your knees, go for it. I'm gonna do that actually. Why not? And then tuck your shoulders underneath you. Let your ankles be a little wider than your hips. Rest your arms wherever feels good. Take a nice deep breath in, filling to your capacity, holding it in. Zip it up. Open mouth, exhale. Get any wiggles and jiggles out, and let's commit to stillness here together as we rest for a couple minutes in our Shavasana. Letting everything else go. And as you become busy in the mind, just start to find a one-pointed focus. Your next exhale. And then the next exhale after that. And then the next exhale after that. Relaxing more and more and more with every breath out. Sinking into the back body. Sinking into your mat. Melting into your Shavasana. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. And start moving the tongue against the palate and rocking your head and swallowing. Inviting movement in to reawaken your body slowly, thoughtfully. And then transition into a full body stretch, meeting our legs, reaching the arms to the wall behind you, stretching in one long line. Reach, stretch, and flex. Take a full breath. And exhale, relax. And bend your knees and roll over to your side. Using your arm as a pillow there. Rest for a second. And then use your sense of touch to press up to a seated position. Feeling your way into this shape. Lengthening your spine long out of the hips. Feel the chest broaden. Take a nice deep breath. Open mouth, exhale. Letting the corners of your mouth lift to your ears to give yourself a smile as you feel into the effects of your practice. And let's bring our palms together in front of our hearts. Rub your palms together to generate heat and energy. Go faster and faster. And then bring your warm palms to cup over your closed eyes, barely draping on your face. Take a nice deep breath in, absorbing that heat and energy. And exhale, release your hands over your face. Rest your palms together in front of your heart. Believe in yourself and do what you are supposed to. Appreciate yourself, enjoy yourself, and love yourself. From my heart to yours, my friends and family. Namaste. Lovely.